Hello all and welcome back to the channel. Here I will be telling my stories. Some will be creative and some will be real happenings. It's up to you to decide which you want to believe. Let's get started. Today's story is called Sister's Keeper Part 3. In the days that followed, the feeling of being watched grew more intense. The woman and I tried to piece together what had happened, to understand the nature of the hidden world and the forces that had been unleashed. She spoke of ancient legends and forgotten rituals, of a darkness that had been lurking at the edges of reality for eons. We delved into old books and dusty archives, searching for any scrap of information that could shed light on what we were facing. It seemed that the hidden world was a place of forbidden knowledge, a realm where the boundaries between life and death, reality and nightmare, were blurred beyond recognition. And now it seemed that those boundaries were starting to fray. The tapping at the window became more frequent, the shadows more sinister. We could feel a malevolent presence, something that was slowly encroaching upon our world. The woman was haunted by visions, fleeting glimpses of twisted landscapes and grotesque figures that left her trembling and pale. One night, as we huddled together in her dimly lit living room, the air grew heavy with an otherworldly chill. The flames in the fireplace flickered and danced, casting strange shadows on the walls. And then, without warning, the flames extinguished, plunging us into darkness. The tapping at the window grew louder, more insistent. We turned to look, our hearts racing, and there, standing in the shadows, was a figure unlike anything I had ever seen. It was tall and gaunt, its skin a sickly shade of gray, its eyes hollow and empty. It reached out a bony hand, its fingers tapping rhythmically against the glass. "We can't stay here," the woman whispered, her voice trembling. "We have to find a way to stop this, to close the rift between our world and the hidden world." But stopping it proved to be more difficult than we could have ever imagined. The more we learned, the more we realized that the forces we were dealing with were ancient and powerful, beyond our comprehension. The hidden world was a place of nightmares, of forgotten horrors that had been sealed away for a reason. As the days turned into weeks, we sought out experts in the occult, those who had delved into the darkest corners of the supernatural. But even they were hesitant to get involved, warning us that the hidden world was a place of madness and death. It seemed that we were on our own, facing an enemy that was as old as time itself. And then one night, as we were poring over old tomes in a dimly lit library, we stumbled upon a passage that spoke of a ritual that could potentially seal the rift and banish the darkness back to where it came from. It was dangerous and complex, involving incantations and sacrifices that sent shivers down our spines. But we knew that we had no other choice. The tapping at the window had grown more frenzied, the shadows more oppressive. The hidden world was seeping into our reality, and if we didn't act soon, it would consume everything. With a mixture of fear and determination, we gathered the necessary ingredients and ventured to a desolate location, a place where the barrier between worlds was at its weakest. The woman held the dagger, her hands steady despite the terror in her eyes. I recited the incantations, my voice shaking with every word. As the ritual reached its climax, the air around us began to tremble and warp, just as it had that fateful night when we first entered the hidden world. The tapping at the window grew frantic, the shadows writhing and contorting. And then, with a blinding flash of light, the rift began to close. The woman and I clung to each other as reality buckled and twisted around us. I could hear screams and whispers, the anguished cries of things that should never have existed. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, it was over. The darkness receded. The tapping at the window ceased, and we were left standing in the aftermath of our desperate gambit. The hidden world had been sealed away once more, banished back to the depths of the unknown. But its mark remained, in the shadows that lingered at the corners of our vision, in the nightmares that haunted our dreams. The woman and I had faced the unimaginable, and though we had emerged victorious, we were forever changed by the horrors we had witnessed. As time passed, we went our separate ways, each of us carrying the weight of our shared experience. But we knew that the hidden world was out there, waiting in the darkness, biding its time. And as long as there were those who sought its forbidden knowledge, who were willing to cross the boundaries of reality, it would never truly be gone. So beware the shadows that dance at the edge of your vision and the whispers that linger in the corners of your mind. For beyond the veil of our reality lies a world of nightmares and forgotten terrors, a world that hungers for those who dare to seek its secrets. And once you enter that world, there may be no turning back. Thank you for being here. That was all for today. If you like this story or any of the stories, feel free to like, share, and/or subscribe. See y'all in the next one.